Hey kids, today I'm going to show you how to draw Simba from The Lion King. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is start drawing like a circle in the centre of the page. So it'll be about there. This is where you want Simba's head to be. And about there. Now the top of the head kind of comes to a point. I would have said kind of like that. This side the head comes down like that. You got like basically two lines, one long on one side and a short one on the other. And what you want to do is roughly about here, about halfway across the circle, is to bring out the little bit of a bump, which is going to be the cheek, which is going to kind of be like that on that side. At the bottom, roughly around about there, is going to be the chin, so I'm going to just draw another little curved line which comes around there like that. It's going to come back up here and meet up with this line. That's the basic shape of Simba's face. The eyes are going to be about here, so I'm going to draw a curved line going across there, and I'm going to just draw these shapes in, which is kind of like a little bit of an oval in this side, which comes to about there, and with a gap of about if you think about halfway across, is going to be where the other eye starts. Try and keep them kind of a similar height to each other. You're going to draw the other eye in roughly about there. Yeah, I'll say roughly about there, which is going to kind of, they're going to be little arches. That's what the eyes are going to be. Like that. And almost the centre of this arch, with perhaps more of a gap at the right hand side than there is at the left hand side. Not much, but enough. I'm going to draw a little shape in like that, which is going to be the eye. That's going to be the eye on this side of the face. I'm going to draw the other eye hard up against this line. Kind of similar gap at the top, leaving a little bit of a gap at the edge. That's going to be the other eye. Roughly like that. You can imagine that's the eye, and the pupil would be about there, just inside of it. The pupil would be about there on this eye. You've got to try and keep these gaps around the sides about the same. I should say the pupil and the iris, because it's both the pupil and the iris. There. Okay, so that's basically the eyes of Simba. This line's almost going to continue straight down, slight angle to the left. I'm going to do a little V kind of there, so the point would be about there. If you can imagine, the middle of this point would be about there. There's slightly more space at that side than there's that side. And the nose is just going to be a little dip, like about that big, roughly about there. Simba's nose would be about that. Okay, almost like a little heart shape. And if you can imagine this line was to continue up the nose, it would come about there on the way down, kind of follow that line there. So this is going to be drawn around, a little bit of a steep curve, which is going to be drawn back up to about there on that side. And I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to just draw a little line like down there. Then as you leave a slight gap between the edge of the face and this line, and you can bring this back up round. That is basically Simba's top lip. Little lie in the mouth that he's got. This is obviously going to be the chin area, so I'm just going to bring this line of the chin up, kind of to the edge of where this mouthpiece goes. I'm going to bring it back into there on a slight curve up to the middle of where the nose is, like that. Basically that's basically Simba's face. I mean, his chin might be a little bit on the large side, but I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters that much. Now the little nostrils are just these two little archways. I'm just going to stick it either side of the nose, so that one would be roughly about there. You know, like take note of the gaps I'm leaving between different parts of the face. And if you can imagine this line continuing, if it was the continuing curve to meet the top line, if you were to draw kind of an arch coming from this point here around to about there, like almost like a mohawk hairstyle, you can imagine if you were to put a shaggy line going across it, kind of like that. Make some of these hairs smaller than the others, some of them smaller again. You would end up with that, and that would be like basically the hair shape of Simba would sit like that. I'm going to just add a little circle in the middle of each eye, kind of off centre. Try and round these middle bits off a bit, and that's going to be a little highlight in each eye. So I'll put one there, I'll put the other one here, again off centre. I'll just define that eye a bit, like that. If I was to draw the pupil in the middle, the pupil would be kind of like that. This tends to be an even gap all the way around between the pupil, which would be there, and the iris edge, which would be there. I'm just going to colour it into the bottom, because he's got like a surprised look on his face. And taking note of the gap I've left there, I'm going to do the same on this side. So roughly that's kind of the shape I'm looking for. I'm going to draw the whites in a bit more, I'll just define them a bit more. I'm going to just flatten the tops of the eyes off a little bit. Add a little bit of a thicker line at the top, which would serve as the eyelashes. Bring this down this side. And I'm going to do the same with this. Do a thicker line at the top, kind of like that shape. That's what the eyebrows would be like that. That would serve as an eyebrow. Bring it in at the bottom. Kind of follow this line down. Put a little bit of a line underneath, like that. It's roughly what Simba's eye are like. I'll do the same on this side. I'll follow this line around, and I'll add a little dip coming around like that. Do the eye so that you have like the bit of eyelash on the top, which would be like a slightly thicker line than the eyebrow, which would be on top of that, which would be thicker line. And basically that's all we're looking at for Simba's face. Just where these corners are, I'm just gonna, every now and again, I'm gonna add a few shaggy bits, which are gonna be just the lines of his fur. Add a bit there. Like that. Now because Simba's just a young lion, he's got two big ears. His ears are about, I would say about that big either side of his head. You know, roughly about that big. That side and kind of like, again, this type of size. That side. Now there's going to be less of that ear being shown because it sits behind the head, whereas this one sits in front of the head. And his ear kind of folds over here, comes to the back. The top bit of the ear comes around like that. Comes back in at the bottom and has like a middle bit which leaves a little bit of a gap around this edge here. Kind of like that, I would say. I'm just going to add a few little details in, a few lines in the middle like that. I'm going to do the same at this side. Remember, this is the thickness we're looking at, so we're going to do the same thickness at this side. If you're going to make it any different, if you think it's going to end up any different at the other side, then I would probably make it the distance shorter, because with it being behind the head, it's further away and it works in favour of the perspective. So again, the same shape, but it's a lot shorter distance. So I'm going to just do that. I'm going to round the top off. Continue the bottom of the ear. Do the middle bit. Then draw these detailed lines in it like that. I think that's just about it. I'm just going to do a little bit of a bottom lip for him there. I might actually bring this down a little bit. Yeah, bring the lip up down just a slight bit. Just so he's got a little bit less of a chin. Chin might be a little bit on the big side, but I think it's alright. I think that looks fine to me. All you have to do now is ink it in. I'm going to use the black marker for that. Remember to leave all the construction lines. You're just inking in the areas that you need to draw, like around the eye. You would need to do this. I'm going to do that nice and thin. Thin at that side. And thicken the line up. Perhaps do a double line on the eyelash. Eyelashes again. We're going to do the same with the eye. Around the eye, the area around the eye. Thin. Thin. And I'm going to thicken it up here. Continue with the bottom of the eye. Just going to be a line going up to there with another line underneath, following that shape below the eye. Then around this iris line, and finish off with the pupil. Do the same with this eye. We'll just follow the shaggy bits of these lines here before just doing a rounded bit, straight round bit for the chin, just to find that chin. Stop that where the ear is. In fact, I'll just continue. I'll stop it around about there. That's where I'll stop it. continue with the head. Get all these lines coming around like that. Just got to break over into the face area like that. Just got to round this corner off. You don't want any severe corners on it really. Follow this line going around here like this. Include the shaggy bits of the hair. What I do is follow the ears round, so I'll just do this line first. And this one. There we go. Just do these bits of detail. And the ears. That's it. That's Simba inked in. We just need to colour them up, rub the lines out, and that'll be Simba. So now I'm just going to rub out the pencil lines on the Simba picture, and then I can start colouring it in. So I'll just get me a razor and just that I can start using me colouring in pens to colour it in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my yellow pen. So actually I'll get the orange one first, and I'll do all of these parts of the face first, leaving the bit below the nose and mouth and the ears until last. Okay, so I'll start with these bits here. So I'm just going to follow, using short lines, follow the shape of the head. So I'll just do that. I'll do this over the whole picture of Simba. Like that. Follow the lines going around, creating the impression of fur all the way over. Like that. The next thing I want to do, just before I finish, I'll just do the hair on top of the head. Don't forget that little tuft of hair. The next thing I'm going to do is colour in the entire area with yellow. Just soften those colours up. You can see how the yellow is working really well with the orange to give you that overall colour, and it keeps the texture that the little lines produce, you know, that fur texture. Just do all the bits that I've just coloured in, just like that. Like that. Just look at my phone again for that reference. Yeah. The next thing I want to do is around the mouth area again, just with the yellow. Just continue. I've left slight little gaps in the yellow lines that I've done, just so it creates like a light yellow. Next thing I want to colour in is the eyes. I'm just gonna make the eyes yellow. What would normally be the whites of the eyes yellow. And then next I need to do the actual eyes, the irises themselves, which I'm going to use orange again for. Colour that in. You could even use a darker orange if you wanted. I might as well try and go for the darker orange. This is so dark it's almost like a brown, but it works a treat on things like that. Right, so I've just left a little white gap. This is for the highlight of each eye. Just leave that little white gap, just like that. Now Simba, underneath the eyebrows on Simba, is this is also slightly dark orange, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this orange again, but how I did the fur on the head, the face bits, the cheeks and the tops of the ears, I'm just doing a tighter pattern, almost touching. Each line's going to be touching each other. And I'm going to try and darken that down a little bit more a bit later on. Again, get a bit yellow on there. Just solidly colour on a lot. But you might as well put the little bits of yellow underneath the eyes as well, just while I want. Here. On that side. And the same colour again as round there, I'm going to do for these ear bits, which is going to be like the tight orange pattern. I'm just following the shape of the overall ear. You can imagine that bit's going to be inside of the ear, so I'm kind of following the curves of these lines I've drawn before. Just filling in the areas. Again, applying the yellow. Right, I'm going to get brown now. I've got myself a little brown. I'm just going to use this brown to darken the areas around the eyes and where the ears are. I'm going to kind of do that by using little small flicks, just like that, just around there. It would work even better if I had a pen that had almost ran out and it was just almost like dry brushing the ink on there. Okay, the next thing I've got to do is these bits that I've left, gaps, I'm just going to use a solid brown all the way around them bits. Just a solid brown. Like that. And again, I'll get my orange, I'll get the light orange again. I'll just go quickly over the top of that bit just to saturate the colour in a bit. This just helps to bring the colour, make the colour a little bit warmer and a little bit darker at the same time. There's no harm in using as many colours as you can on top of each other. You've got to kind of watch in case it starts to chew the paper up a bit. If you add too many layers of felt tip pen on a sheet of ordinary A4 like this, you do run the risk of starting to rip the paper up a bit, if you know what I mean. So you've got to watch for that. I just need to do one last bit, which is the nose. And the nose is pink. And again, I'm just using little strokes like that, leaving slight gaps to give it an overall even pink colour. You can, if you want, colour the nostrils in a little bit darker, and you could even put slight lines on the bottom like that. And that is Simba from The Lion King. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe to see more videos.